Hold on a minute, did Tia Mowry just get exposed for being on the down low? What is going on in 2024 that every celebrity seems to be getting outed? The rumor mill is saying that this could be the real reason Tia ended her marriage with Cory after more than 20 years together. If this turns out to be true, it actually makes more sense than just calling her marriage a curriculum and her divorce a graduation.
Marriage was a success.
Yeah.
I look at it as like a curriculum when you're in college or high school, right? You're learning, you're growing, you're evolving, you're creating. And I was able to create with Cory some beautiful, amazing children. And at the end of that curriculum, and at the end, there's a graduation, there's a celebration. So that's basically, how
When two people decide to go their separate ways, whether it's a breakup or divorce, the first person who speaks out about it publicly often does so to control the narrative. They're usually trying to shape the story in a way that benefits them or explains why things happened the way they did. A good example of this is the situation with DDG and Hal Bailey. DDG has been streaming live to talk about their breakup, while Hal has stayed silent. But that's a different story for another time. This situation with DDG and Hal got me thinking about how Tia and Cory handled their divorce so differently. Tia has been everywhere talking about her split from Cory. She's even thrown some shade at him a month after the announcement, saying she was ready to start dating again and that she was finally free to do whatever she wanted. She made it clear that she would never be held down again. On the other hand, Cory has mostly kept quiet about their divorce, letting Tia share her side of the story. It's pretty clear that she's been open and vocal about what happened between them, but it hasn't always been in the most flattering way for Cory. Many people are wondering why Tia felt the need to make such bold statements when she could have kept things more private, especially considering how long they were together. If this is really about her wanting to live her truth, why?
I knew when I really started to focus on my happiness. I feel like women, we tend to focus on everybody else's happiness, making sure that everybody else is okay, meaning our children. Meaning, our children, our friends, our, family.
Whenever I heard Tia talk about her divorce, it honestly sounded like she was trapped in a relationship with a man she couldn't wait to get away from. On the other hand, Cory was constantly labeled as a cheater, a lazy man who was riding on his wife's fame and success. Yet Tia never stood up to her fans or defended Cory when they made nasty comments about him. She never once tried to set the record straight about his character or their relationship. As time went on, Cory started speaking out in interviews, and many people expected him to say something negative about Tia. After all, she had been all over the media, talking about their marriage and divorce. Everyone thought that he would finally voice his frustration, but surprisingly, he didn't. Instead, Cory chose to protect Tia. Even now, he continues to show her respect despite everything that has happened.
My real life is my real life, and, I just I've never been that way. Even being in a situation, married, I always protected my kids, and, I protected her as well, because I feel like that's a man's duty, whether you're together or not, it's to always protect her, even though, no matter what's going on. I don't fall into the pressure. Like, you can't pressure me into putting no one down.
Cory handled the entire situation with grace and maturity. He didn't engage in any public drama, even though Tia seemed to be milking the divorce for all it was worth. In fact, she even launched a reality show, and the entire theme of the show centered around her life after the divorce. It was as if the show was designed to highlight her freedom and new life after leaving Cory, and she didn't hesitate to make that the focal point of her career. Now, it seems that things are getting even more complicated. Tasha K has come forward with what she claims are receipts that could potentially disprove everything Tia has said about her marriage. These receipts reportedly challenge the narrative Tia has been pushing about why the marriage ended and what actually went wrong. This adds another layer of drama to an already messy situation. If these claims are true, it could paint an entirely different picture of what was really happening behind closed doors. While Tia has been very vocal about her divorce and life after Cory, it's becoming clear that there's more to the story than we've been told. Whether the new evidence changes public opinion remains to be seen. But
a lot of people, just like you see these girls out here getting these BBLs and they do it for clout. And then when they undo the BBLs, they do it for clout. You know what I'm saying? Now everybody wants slim, thick, fit bodies. You know what I'm saying? They doing that for clout. The divorce is the new clout too. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And when I tell you Tia racked in the sympathy, homegirl wanted her own show. There was a lot of things she was trying to get by monetizing her divorce. Now I heard, and this is just alleged, okay? Just like when we unveil Papooses' new girlfriend, that's alleged. On TashaKLive.com right after this, so y'all make sure y'all have them subscriptions. Now they're saying that the reason Tia left Cory is because she was allegedly, look to your neighbor and say allegedly, because we ain't got no money, okay? Allegedly, for the girls. She wanted to play on the girl team. She wanted to play softball. I played softball for years, and when I tell you them girls, they was... That's why she ended up divorcing him and basically selling her divorce with follows. Now, I've been told you, because she was saying, you know, I'm out here trying to date right after the divorce, because it hadn't been a month. I'm out here trying to date, and it's just really hard out here. And I'm like, well, why did you leave in the first place? If you wanted to take time for yourself, if this was a new era for you, why are you jumping back outside so quickly and your divorce is not even finalized? This man been on social media telling everybody he missed his wife. I want my wife back. He missed his wife. The whole time, wife never even liked him.
According to the latest gossip, Tasha K has some inside information suggesting that Tia is thrilled to be out there in the world again because she feels like she can finally be her true self. If Tia wants to explore her own identity, that's her choice. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. But here's the twist. Tia and her twin sister, Tamara, had very sheltered upbringings. Once Tia moved away from her parents' protective care, she jumped straight into a relationship with Cory. After being with him for 25 years, it seems like she now wants to experience life in a different way. Tia went along with what she thought was the right or traditional way of living for most of her life. But over time, she grew tired of it. It's tough to blame her for wanting to break free and find something that makes her happy. That said, if Tia wants to explore a different side of herself, whether it's her sexuality or a new lifestyle, she might have been better off doing so quietly rather than making it a public spectacle. For most of her life, Tia has always been with someone. First her twin sister, then Cory. Now, for the first time, she's facing life alone without a partner by her side. This shift in her life has led her to turn to social media, almost like therapy. She's been using it to express herself and gain support from her followers. It seems like she's also making money off the drama of her personal life, capitalizing on the attention and monetizing every detail of her situation. While Tia is out there living her life, it seems Cory and Tamara are caught in the crossfire. They're minding their own business, yet they're being dragged into the situation. Word on the street is that Tamara knew Tia had some different desires when it came to relationships, particularly her interest in women. However, Tamara wasn't supportive of Tia leaving Cory. She believed that leaving him wasn't the right move and that disagreement has created some distance between the sisters. It seems like there's a lot going on behind the scenes that's affecting the relationships not only between Tia and Cory, but also between Tia and her twin sister, Tamara. Tia's journey of self-discovery might be more
because she called you on the same way I did. Why are we in it? If you moving on, move on. Why do you keep talking about this divorce? Why are you on every talk show? This man still ain't did one interview about you. So sister came out and responded to Tia saying the reason we're not close is because you were obsessed over headlines and media coverage covering your divorce. That's why you're no longer close. So you went from confiding in your sister, bothering her every day, I'm gonna leave this man, I don't want this man, I don't want this man, to now, this is a whole press run for a divorce. It is completely consumed.
When it comes to Tia's personal life, it's important to remember that she should be allowed to live her truth, no matter who she chooses to be with. Everyone has the right to explore their identity and make decisions that feel true to them. If Tia is discovering more about herself and exploring her feelings, there's no harm in that. But here's the thing. The way she handles the situation could determine how much support she retains. Tia has built a following over the years, and a lot of people have been rooting for her. However, if she continues to speak negatively about her ex-husband, Cory, or drag him down unnecessarily, it could jeopardize that support. While many people sympathize with Tia for wanting to live authentically, they also recognize that her relationship with Cory shouldn't be tainted by unnecessary comments or blame. The situation is complicated, and it's important for her to acknowledge the reality of their marriage and not point fingers for the sake of public drama. Tia has mentioned that she spent much of her life living for others. She felt a lot of pressure to meet other people's expectations, including in her marriage. She even admitted that she sought validation from her career and public image. For a long time, she tried to maintain a picture-perfect persona, showing the world the ideal life, something that looked flawless on the outside. But privately, things were different. She would go home and feel alone, and the reality of her marriage didn't match up with the image she projected. It sounds like she was struggling with the pressure of appearing happy when, in truth, she felt trapped in a life that wasn't entirely hers. Tia has since explained that she got tired of pretending and wanted to live in her truth. She no longer wanted to maintain the illusion of perfection and felt the need to speak out about her real emotions. And while this honesty is understandable, the way she has expressed herself could be more balanced. She could be more careful with how she talks about her marriage, especially when it comes to her relationship with Cory. While people may empathize with her need for authenticity, they're also starting to criticize her for being too open or too critical of Cory. Some fans have begun to speak out, and their comments are mixed. One person said, "Something is truly wrong with Tia. She gets no sympathy from me. Honestly, all that money and success seem to have gone to her head." Another said, "I'm so glad more women are calling Tia out. She's the problem in all her relationships. I'm happy her sister is keeping her distance from her. Tia is surrounding herself with people who won't tell her the hard truths, and that's really sad."